Hey guys, as most of you probably know, we have the 4th anniversary coming up in a few days, and with that comes the GSSR banners. So, this time around we have 2 banners to choose from, and what I wanted to do was show you guys how I go about choosing between banners in situations like this. So, what I've done is I've made 2 tier lists, one with the units for the first banner, and one with the units from the second banner. The tier lists have your typical lettered tiers, but in addition to that, I have allotted a point value to each tier. So 4 points for S tier, 3 points for A, 2 for B, 1 for C, and 0 for D. So the goal here is to set up your own tier lists based on who you most want to roll for, whether that be for waifu husbando reasons or just general gameplay reasons. After you have finished your tier list, you will then tally up the total number of points that each tier list has. After that, you'll divide the number of points each banner has by the number of units in that banner. This will give you an average score for each banner. This isn't super relevant for this GSSR banner because I believe they have the same exact number of units, so you could just keep the raw score and see which one has the highest score. But if you're trying to use this method for a future banner, where perhaps maybe there's just an uneven number of servants in each banner, you're going to need to get the average number of points per banner instead of the total number of points. After doing all of this, whichever banner has the highest average score should, theoretically, be the banner that is the most likely to give you a positive outcome, at least when compared to the other banners. So, to clarify, what you're basically doing is you're just trying to find which banner has, on average, more servants that you want. So to give you guys an example, I'll quickly set up my tier list and explain my thought process as I go along, and then tally up the scores at the end and show you which one of the banners I will be rolling on. So I've come over here to the Tier Maker website. I was expecting to have to take someone else's GSSR tier list and split it into 2, but for whatever reason, this guy has split them into 2 parts, so that's very helpful. I don't know if he had a similar idea or what, but regardless, all I had to do was add the numbers right here. So, to start off, we have Prototype Arthur. Arthur, I don't like him as a character too much, so I don't want him for character reasons, and he's just not a very good unit, at least for my account. So that's an easy D tier. Okita, I don't need her. I do like her, so that's a B tier right there. Sigurd I like. Sigurd I wouldn't use, but he would be cool to have, so we'll put him in C tier. Benny I like a lot. Benny's a good unit. The problem is I have Benny already, so it's not super pressing that I get her. But that being said, MP2 Benny would be pretty beneficial, considering once Castoria comes out, looping with Benny would be one of the best boss killing strats, so MP2 Benny wouldn't be that bad. So we'll put Benny into B tier. Nero Bride. At the time of recording this, I have not gotten her. I tried very hard to roll for her. I do want her a lot. I don't think she's gonna be super useful once Castoria comes out. But regardless, that's a year from now, so I still feel like she's pretty useful, and I like Nero a lot. So we'll put her in S tier. Musashi I have. Musashi I don't really want more MP levels for, so we'll put her in C tier. Don't really... I think she's pretty good, but again, I have so many sabers I don't really need anymore. I could get worse things, so I'll put her in C tier. Squirtoria, we'll put that in A tier. She's super good, and I want her for boss killing reasons, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's one of those characters where I see her and I'm just like, oh, I really want a Squirtoria super badly, but regardless, she's still good, and I still like her decently enough, so we'll put her in the A tier. Ishtar I already have. Ishtar MP2 is still pretty useful, but not necessary, so we'll throw her in B tier. Gilgamesh, I don't have. I like him decently, but since I have Ishtar, I don't really need him, so since it would be a new servant, I'll still put him in B tier. Jean I like a lot. Jean is going to be pretty good when Castoria comes out. We'll put her in A tier again. Moriarty, no thank you. I already have him. I don't like Moriarty. It's just easy D tier for me. I do not want him. Arishkagal, pretty much same situation as Ishtar. Have a copy of her. Wouldn't mind in B2, but not super necessary like her character, so we'll leave her in the B tier. Skasahat, So she's like a quick boss killer, which I feel like I have plenty of right now. Like her character decently enough, so we'll put her in the B tier. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed getting her, so we'll put her in B tier. Tamamo Lancer, I like Tamamo, but I don't like Tamamo Lancer, so C tier. Brynhild, so I like Brynhild decently enough. I don't think she's super great, but just because she's so rare and has so few rate ups, I would actually be pretty happy to get her. So we'll throw her in A tier. You are an easy D tier. I rolled for him on his rate up. I do kind of want him. I don't know that I would use him that much though. So we'll throw him in the B tier, but character-wise I liked him a lot. Sherlock, C tier. I like Sherlock. I wouldn't use Sherlock at all. I don't feel. I have plenty of other arts units to use. Is he arts? He's arts, right? I can't remember. He might be quick. No, I'm pretty sure he's arts. But either way, he's not going to be super useful until Castoria comes out. And by the time Castoria comes out, there's going to be so many other units I would rather use anyways. So we'll just leave him in the C tier. Dantes. I love Dantes. He's not super great at MP1, but I just like his character so much. Even if I just get him at MP1, that's good enough for me, honestly. Plus, this is before the summer rerun, so like if I got a copy of him, I could justify rolling for him on that banner. So again, S tier, like his character, very useful in the current meta. J-Alter I have. J-Alter I wouldn't mind more MP levels for, but I don't feel like I'm going to use her anymore as a result of getting the MP levels. So we'll just leave her at C tier. Nobu I would never use, but Nobu I like enough to where I would put her in C tier instead of D tier, because D tier is just like if I get these servants, I'm just upset, basically. Also, I don't know why Arthur is up here twice. Maybe they accidentally put one of the servants twice and left one of them out, but we'll ignore that for now. Summer BB I have. Summer BB is tied for my favorite servant. I love Summer BB, but the problem is since I've have her MP is really not the reason you use her when you do use her. So getting MP levels on her is not that impactful, but I mean, at the end of the day, damage is still damage. It is one of my favorite servants. I couldn't justify putting her in the B tier, I feel. Abigail, like, she's cute and all, but I never really got the appeal of Abigail that much. Sorry to all the Abigail fans out there. And just, I believe she's AoE Buster. It's been a while since I've looked, but AoE Buster is just something that I really don't need any more of on my account, so we'll just leave her in the C tier for now. I'd much rather get her than these three, but still would prefer not to get her. Hokusai I like. Hokusai is art, so Hokusai will be pretty useful eventually. I mean, she's still useful now with Tamamo, but character-wise, I like her a little more than Abigail. I think she has a place in B tier. So this is just a quick rundown. This isn't necessarily just like my final thoughts. I'm just trying to give more of a example. So this would be the final take of this first one. So what I would do is I would take the score. So here I have 2 S tiers, 2 times 4, that would be 8 points. I have 3 A tiers, 3 times 3, that would be 9 points. Add those together, so on and so forth. You would get your total score, and then you would count how many servants are in this tier list, and then divide your score by that, and that will give you your average score. So now we'll move over here to the second tier list, and we'll quickly do this, and then I'll get my scores for both, average them out, and then show you which one I would choose in this situation. So looking over here, riders is just something I don't have an abundance of. So just off the bat, just based on the classes that are in this banner's already at a stronger start for me. So starting with Saber Alter, actually one of my favorite DPS riders in the game. I would absolutely love to get her. I would use her endlessly. Easy S tier. Ivan, I don't think I can justify using. I think there's never really a situation where he's going to be the best pick or even close to the best pick. But I really like Ivan. Honestly, I think I'd be as happy getting Ivan as I would Saber Alter, even though she would be more useful. So I would put him in the S tier. Obviously, this is not for like a meta reason at all. I just like Ivan a lot. Ishkandar, poo-poo tier. I do not want Ishkandar. We're going to put him in C. He's a cool character, don't get me wrong, but like I don't want him. Reynes is both useful and kind of waifu material. I like her character in the show a lot. Especially with her buffs later, I feel like I'd be pretty happy getting Reynes. You know, limited supports, honestly, are probably the best thing you could get from this banner anyways. And there are so many of them on this banner, holy crap. Ilya, have Ilya, do not want MP2 Ilya. Since I like her character, she'll go in C tier instead of D tier, but I don't need any more of her. Scotty, have Scotty. I actually feel like I'm one of the few people that uses Scotty's MP, so we'll put her in B tier, I guess. Sorry if there was a brief cut there. There was somebody at the door. Anyways, so moving on. Nero Caster. Since I have Ilya, I don't really need another, Buster Caster. She kind of fills the role of an offensive caster already, so she's not super useful from like a gameplay perspective, but I like Nero a lot. Really, I like any Fate Extra character a lot, so we'll put her in the A tier, actually. Actually, that's... I'd have to think about it some more, but either way, for this like preliminary tier list, that really doesn't matter all that much. So next we have Merlin. Merlin, easy S tier. I need Merlin so badly. If I don't get Merlin from this, I will be immediately rolling for Merlin. Summer 4, I believe is when his rate up is, so like a few weeks after the anniversary. Actually, no, we skipped Summer 3, so it might be a month or two before he comes out, but either way, I'd be super happy to get him. Would stop me from having to roll from him later. What is your name? Murasaki, I believe is what she's called. Sorry if I'm incorrect. I can't remember all these servants sometimes. There's a lot of like really cool stall comps you can do with her, and it's kind of led me to regret not rolling for her when she initially came out. So I'll put her in B tier. I don't know, her use is kind of niche, but I do like her VA is Darkness's VA from Konosuba, which is really cool, so I do appreciate that. Da Vinci D tier. Don't get me wrong, I like Da Vinci, but with Da Vinci Rider coming out, like, literally at the same time as this GSSR, I could not care less about normal Da Vinci. Kama, this is going to surprise people a lot. Despite having MP2 Kama already, I still think this is probably, like, the second best thing I could get from this banner, because I do want to eventually MP5 her, and getting MP3 here would help substantially with that. Cleo, because I have Kama, and Kama is so optimized on my account already, Cleo is useless. She is a cool character design-wise. I don't like her personality all that much, but design-wise she is really cool. So we'll put her in the B tier. Shootin' Doji, have Shootin' Doji. Don't really feel the need to get more MP levels on Shootin' Doji, so we'll leave her at C tier. Semiramis, pretty much same reasoning as Cleo. Like, I don't need her because I have Kama. I mean, I guess these two are AoE as opposed to single target, but in terms of AoE, I already have Shootin'. So we'll put her in B tier just because I'd like to have the character. Mysterious Heroine X. I'm gonna put her in the C tier. I feel like that's gonna make people a little upset, but again, because I have Kama, a single target assassin is useless to me. Mysterious Heroine X Alter kind of already scratches my itch for Mysterious Heroine X. Which, while we're on that topic, I already have her. But MP2 of her would be really nice since she is a pretty stable boss killer. So we'll actually put her in the A tier. Hassan, again, same reasoning as every assassin. I don't need more assassins. We are going to leave him in the B tier though because Hassan is pretty cool. Arjuna Alter, was pretty upset I didn't get him. Could not justify rolling for more of him at the time. So we're going to put him in the S tier just because he is extremely rare, extremely versatile, and he's pretty cool. I liked his character a fair bit in Lost Belt 4. King Toki I do not care for. I can't even remember this guy's name. But his character design is actually pretty cool. I'll put him in C tier. I'd much rather get him as opposed to these two. Mama Raiko. Mama Raiko can go in B tier. I don't hate Mama Raiko, but a lot of things in this banner I'd much rather have. Okita Alter I have already. Okita Alter isn't very good, so I don't feel the need to really get more MP levels for her. In fact, I'm going to put her in the D tier because of that. King Protea. Sakura Face I do not have. Sakura Face I really want. She's probably like the third best thing I could get from this, so we're going to put her in the S tier. Kiara, I want her because she's a Fate Extra character, so she's at the very least an A tier character. And she becomes pretty useful when Castoria comes out. In fact, I think she's pretty useful now, to be honest with you, but I don't see myself using her, so I don't really want to put her in the A tier. And like I don't like her enough compared to like Ivan, for example, to put her in S tier just on that merit alone. And then we have Melt. Melt, basically same logic as King Protea. Sakura Face I don't have. Fate Extra character, obviously they're going to go in the S tier. Plus Melt is just an extremely good boss killer in the current meta. So we'll put her there. And yeah, this is the final result of the like second half. So yeah, what I'll do is I take the score of the banners, add them up, divide them by the number of servants and get the average, and then we'll figure out which one of these banners I would probably want to roll on. So after doing some quick math, I found the score of the average servant on the first tier list is 1.72, and the score of the average servant on the second tier list is 2.32. So by that logic, I am more likely to be happy with the outcome that I get from the second banner as opposed to the outcome I get on the first banner. Now, again, this doesn't guarantee you're going to like what you get from either banner, but it just makes it more likely that whatever servant you get will be one that you're happy with. At least, again, compared to the other banner. That being said, if there's one particular servant you want and you don't particularly care about any of the other servants, then obviously you should roll on that one banner in an attempt to get that one servant. But in these like really big banners like this where they're like 25 a piece, you really want to roll for whichever one has the bulk or the higher bulk of servants that you would be happy with, as opposed to just picking one or two servants, because it's very unlikely you will get those one or two servants. Again, not saying it's impossible, but very unlikely. Anyways, hope you guys found this video helpful. Please leave me a comment after the fact letting me know what you got in the GSSR, and I will see you guys again next time. Later.